If earth peace is to herald the dawn of the new age, realize that
Humanity is one's only religion, breath one's only prayer, and consciousness one's only God. Hamsa Yoga San is the spiritual evolution of consciousness. This is one of the most comprehensive enterprises ever undertaken by humankind, besides which the greatest of physical achievements pale into insignificance. The Hamsa literally means the swan, and the swan symbolizes the soul. Yoga is an inner ascent through ever more refined and ever more expanded spheres of consciousness to get to the God essence which lies at the core of your own being. And once you can contact this divine indweller, you can contact the universal indweller. We do have a good support system that wherever we go in the United States of America or Switzerland or Italy, we have teachers who can give you the support system and teach you and guide all newcomers. In India also we have a good support system. And of course, principally, I am not a teacher, since I do not teach. A master does not teach. He gives the direct experience. You see, the teacher teaches very systematically and in an organized way. The master catches you, he shakes you and he wakes you up. So I'm a waker, movers and shakers. Okay. So when I tune into you, you look at my mind, it will be totally in a state of samadhi still, and I will say, thumb. The moment I thumb, your thoughts will be still. You will have a clear, still thought state. I? Okay. I'm breathing through your breath now. I'm giving to your mind my soul consciousness of enlightened awareness. Look at me and nowhere else. I'm breathing through your breath now, and I can feel myself beating through all your hearts. I'm giving you my soul consciousness of a still, clear mind. Tune into me. Ready? Hum. If any mind is attuned to an undifferentiated consciousness, that mind becomes that consciousness to the degree of its attunement with my consciousness. I share with you my samadhi, free from all pains and troubles and sorrows. God is silence and nothingness. To the material world, God is nothingness. He is beyond duality and conception. He is nothing. Come back to your normal state. The normal state of a person is tension, delusion, illusion and error, since he works in a dual world of duality. Now I'm going to take the feedback from each one of you. I'm going to become subtler and subtler with a wave of the hand and blink of an eye, and you will see the silence of truth or yoga getting more and more velvety and tangible. Who got absolutely, even for a few seconds, a thoughtless state and connected with me? Raise your hands. Excellent. Excellent. who got a thoughtless state, and after about 3 minutes or 2 minutes, nibblings of thoughts started to the side, but they still could not enter the center, who still had a still center but nibblings of thoughts, right? And for whom was this second experience a unique experience of me having to sit in the center of your mind, because I am a brainless person, a no-brainer, a no-minder. So how can you think when I'm there? Does that make sense? I?
Aye.
Now, how many eyes are burning? Okay, I'm going to look at me, I'll wave my hand, and you'll get a cool sensation in your eyes, so it will enable you to keep looking. Are you ready? Aye?
Aye.
Take a deep breath. Close your eyes, open them, and be calm. Has it burning gone? Aye? Aye?
Aye.
Right? Okay. I'm not doing magic. This is simple. It's simple affection. I'm not a magician. But those of you who are sensitive, I told you, I promise you that if you are sensitive to me with no attitude, I will work miracles with you. I can do any healing. I can help you in any manner. But it's you who have to stop your stubbornness. Your subconscious stubbornness must stop. If you want to be healed, be humble. I am already the floor which you're sitting on. There's no question of my humility. But are you prepared to give up your attitude to be healed? It's okay with me. Okay, now, with a wave of the hand, let's do the no mind. Get into, each time the silence will become more and more dense, more velvety and more tangible. Be humble. Really, sincerely, go in for the experience. I tell you, go in, it's worth it. You're getting to God. Relax, be smiling, drop the mind, open the heart. You can sit up for a short while, get the experience, okay. Okay, yeah, that's right. You ready? Still mind, thoughts will disappear. Tune in, explore me, go into my eyes, go into the soul and the center of my head. Project your mind and be still. Ready? Om. The consciousness is united with the soul of the master. Yoga. This is yoga. Where there is no thought, you are at one with the master's mind. His consciousness and your mind have become the universal consciousness. Your mind experiences a yoga with the master's consciousness, a unity with the master's consciousness, and becomes transformed into his consciousness. Okay, come back to normal. Who got it denser this time? More tangible? Every time we'll do it again and again. Gurunath, you are speaking very contradictory words. You are saying you are a servant of humanity, you are us, you have come to serve us, and yet you are a master of our mind. We cannot control our mind, and you are controlling our mind. So is there any such word that it is a master servant or a servant master? Because when you cannot control your mind and I can control your mind, what sort of a servant am I? I have control over your thoughts. Aye? So it is the duty of the master to call himself your servant. It is your common sense, with your experience, whether you call him a master or not. So you must remove the da from your side. Okay? Tune into me, look me eye in the eye. When I blink my eyes, you'll get into a thoughtless state of samadhi with me. I Look at my eyes. Can you see at the back?
Yes.
Every naughty thought I will hold in abeyance. I will control every thought of 1,000,000 people at the same time. Such is the power of the yogi, that he can control every thought. Everything will be still. The master knows, and when he helps to clear and still your thoughts, you get rejuvenated in body, mind and soul. Helps you to see the God within your body temple. Try to understand the import of what I am giving you. Nothing from which the everything is created. And after some time, even if you try to think or form a mathematical formula or do some calculation, you won't be able to do it now. Thoughts will bounce out of your head. You'll say, peace is so blissful, I don't need to think. Because I'm not aging in this moment of time. There's no aging. I'm immortal. And yes, you will see the aura around me as you keep looking, the white cottony aura you will see, but be sincere and keep looking. And the faces of the changing masters who have associated in my past life, or the changing faces, you will see it all. The Moses, the Christ, the Elijah, the Rudra sensing Ravar, the Yukteshwar, Swami Sri Yukteshwar, Shalivahan, with whom I am connected, Charanginath, Gorakshanath, but rare, for that it has to be a Shiva with a moon on the head. Okay, come back to the normal state of delusion, illusion and error. Now I'm going to take some feedbacks. I've taken you, this is a school where we are studying the 4th, 5th, 6th and 7th dimensions. This is a school of yoga. Although we've borrowed the place for a small time, in the laboratory of your body and brain, we have altered our consciousness to get into deeper states of samadhi, which the master is sharing with you. He has initiated you today, given you everything, the highest technique before the real initiation. I cannot do more for you. In America, they say you can take a horse to the water, but you cannot make it drink. You can tell a man how to breathe, but you cannot breathe for him. I have broken the myth. And I have said that I can tell him to breathe and breathe through him also. So horse to the water has become obsolete. Aye. So we're breaking new ground here. In the inner spheres of spirituality, there are rockets going up to the moon. How about going to the inner moon and tasting the nectar of immortality by practicing Kriya Yoga? Aye? The yogi's journey is inward. The materialist journey is outward to the moon. The yogi journey is inward to the moon. And yoga commends itself to the highest minds of East and West. the inner mysteries of yoga, the expansion and the experience of the mind far outstrips any other material experience. The inner enterprise, the inner journey is so tremendous that all, no matter even the greatest of outer achievements, pale before it. They pale in insignificance. Okay, let's take the feedback. Who saw the auras? Raise your hands. There's two. Okay, good. So that's most of the people. What is the common color? Let's see if we can establish this on a scientific platform. Let's see if you're not hallucinating. Any of you had drugs here? Were you seeing through drugs, or none of you have had drugs? Are you sure? Okay, then I must be drugged. What was the color of the... Who saw white cottony with a tinge of gold? Turn around, look out. Just check it out. If this is not a scientific phenomena, then what is it? If this is it, you see, I need your testimonials. We need to establish yoga on a scientific platform. Do we not? Do we not need to progress beyond the body, to the mind, and now to the consciousness? Isn't yoga going to progress ever? Or are we just going to sweat it out in one room our whole lives? No. We want to fly. We want to fly. We want to mend our broken spirits, mend our broken wings, heal the wounded spirits so that we can take flight, high and unfettered. And I could never give this experience in my book. Wings to Freedom is coming in after 3 days. You can read it if you want to know what I am, what the journeys in the Himalayas, the experiences with Babaji were. And what is Samadhi? You cannot tell it in words. What is yoga? What is yoga? Then stiller than stillness itself. Then stiller than stillness itself. My mind went into a blank. I've forgotten the poetry. Give me 2 minutes. Then stiller than stillness itself. With bated breath I do behold my rising self-sun's nectar gold. Then stiller than Samadhi is stiller than stillness itself. Your breath is stopped. You must have noticed when I gave you the Samadhi experience, many of you have stopped breathing. That the breath was very slight. I? Then stiller than stillness itself. With bated breath I do behold my rising self-sun's nectar gold. I dissolve in that mystery untold. Then stiller than stillness itself, with bated breath I do behold my rising self-sun's nectar gold. I dissolve in that mystery untold. This is the closest I can get to words. With this I end today's satsang, where I have shared with you my Samadhi. No matter how little, no matter how peripheral, it was still an experience and outstrips all the books you have read in your whole life. I? Go for the experience, go for immortality. I want nothing from you except your own spiritual progress. So don't question, don't doubt. Take the technique, practice for yourself and validate it by personal experience. Do not judge or point a finger at another person, like so. Can you see me pointing a finger at the wall? I? Can you see that when I point a finger at the wall, even or at other people, 3 fingers are pointing at me? Can you see 3 fingers pointing at me? So therefore don't be judgmental on another person. It blocks your spiritual progress. Don't try to judge who this madman is. I can be playing marbles on the road with the urchins, but you cannot judge. You cannot judge. To judge a Buddha, you have to rise to the level of a Buddha. See if I'm speaking sense. To judge a yogi or a Siddha, you must rise to the level of a Siddha. And in America, an ordinary person on the road chewing gum tries to judge who Swami Muktanand is, or who somebody is. You should be humble, do your pranam, you never know. Try to judge first, correct your own faults and find who you are. Try to improve yourself and practice Kriya Yoga. I promise you it will stand you in good stead. I am here as your servant. Today as I cleared much of the garbage of your mind, where shall I put it? You didn't think of that. You gave it to me in all happiness, I took it. And I took it many a time. Aye?
Aye.
Are you feeling light and good? So we must tell the yoga people, journal people what yoga is. We have a yogi in town teaching yoga. No thoughts, no decay of body, no troubles, no karma. You don't create karma in a thoughtless state, and therefore you lead to immortality. All what I'm saying is precise and exactly with science. When I say chemical action in the body cells by thought, I am not saying it. Your beloved AMA is saying it, American Medical Association. The association which you love so much. So you're putting their words in their own mouth. Okay, here's yoga, here's the medicine. This is the ultimate medicine I gave you. And with this, I'm sorry I couldn't tell you. I came in mind to tell you a story of my meeting with Babaji, to tell you stories of my meeting with the yogis of the Himalayas. But I will tell this story. When shall I tell this story? At Pasadena? But I will still give you my soul consciousness. Is there anything anybody wants to say before we say the closing prayer?
Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you for allowing me to serve you. But don't thank me so early. I haven't even given you anything as yet. There's a lot to give. There's a lot. So please take it. And when you are made, when you are in full bloom, then thank me. So let's get out of the pre-nursery stage now and get into kindergarten. And that's a very, very advanced stage with what others are doing. You saw the colors, you saw the light. Did you see anything else besides white? Mauve, orange, blue, green.
No, it was white and it was very, very shiny. Very.
What are the faces you saw?
And here, there was an Indian person.
face. Do you see the band here? Anyone saw the Moses face?
This one I did.
Moses face, raise your hand. You saw the Moses face, the Jesus face, the Sri Yukteswar face.
Yes.
Yes.
Okay, a lot of people know Sri Yukteswar. Okay, so I'm his child. Yukteswar is now in Hiranyalok. Many times he comes, morphing takes place. It is Yukteswar here. It's a spiritual Avesh. It's called Avesh. With this, may you be blessed by the divine. Go free and go your own way. Do what you think is right. I have given you from my side the maximum guidance, and I have given to you yoga. Today, yoga, about which America is so crazy. Yoga has begun. We have begun in yoga. The first time yoga is being given now, openly. Go and tell your friends and others, come and practice yoga. The union of your consciousness with the Master's consciousness, connected with the infinite consciousness. Tonight you will get a good sleep. In the camps, what I was doing, I was waking, I had a satsang. We have 3 days with me together. I wake them up for coffee at 2 o'clock. I tell them to go to sleep at 10. After the campfire chanting is over, I wake them up at 2. Then all of you simultaneously, I will enter your dreams. I will correct all your chakras. That's a madman's this thing, okay? And I will do the work for you, and you will feel that you have been worked upon. Those in the causal will feel the effect on the body. Those in the astral will find me physically in their dreams, appearing and guiding them. I may hit you in the dream on one of the chakras, or I may bless you. Please don't mind it. Because if there's a blockage, I have to hit hard. I have to hit that chakra to make your evolution happen, you know. When we were all, you know, rolling once in our lifetime, we must have been fish. Then we must have been pig, swine. When we were fish, we didn't want to become swine, but when we became swine, we found we had 4 legs, more facilities. When we were swine, rolling in the gutters, we didn't want to become man. Now when we are man, We don't want to become God. But when you become God, you'll feel more and more expansive and expressive. Kriya Yoga is the alchemy of totale transformazione, which transforms you from man the brute to man the man to man the God. Alak Niranjan. With this I conclude today's satsang. May you be blessed by the divine.
Yogi Raj reveals to the initiated and the uninitiated alike how, at the level of consciousness, all humanity is one. Thus, acting as a catalyst for positive change and towards inner transformation, Hamsa Yoga Sangh helps you witness your innermost self flowering and evolving into a newer being. Let not precious moments slip by. Seek now the ultimate truth. Jiva Hamsa, spread your wings to fly, immortal realms which death defy.